How are we doing tonight, football fans, Raven fans, Jaguar fans, Packer fans, Seahawk fans, of course, and Patriot fans? Probably y'all are probably not so happy right now, but thank you very much for joining us here for the Ravery Sports Podcast, Driving to the Top Productions, Spunky Spectrum Sports post game of the Super Bowl that just ended. And we have a new Super Bowl champion in the National Football League, the Seattle Seahawks, with the dark side defense as well. Before we get to that, like and subscribe to all of our social media platforms as well. 100 of you on the Ravery Sports Podcast, over 400 on Driving to the Top Productions. Dylan now over 100 as well as on our platform. So definitely check out all of our platforms as well. And also to Ravery Sports blog spot. Definitely just started. We're going to be talking about the game tomorrow. We write the blog every day. It's available at 6 a.m. So Ravery Sports at Blogspot, and you right there watching, you go ahead, subscribe to Driving to the Top, subscribe to Spunky Spectrum Sports, and subscribe to Ravery Sports Podcast right now. Go ahead and do it right now. All right, gentlemen, we just saw it. What's up, Jack Wagons? That's what somebody called us. I think that's a compliment, boys.
Hey, I'll take it.
So, what you guys think? Go ahead, start, Dylan.
I must say, when we look back on this defense, we're going to look back on this Seattle dark side defense, much like your Ravens in 2000, the Bronco no-fly zone, or the Seattle Legion and Boom defense. I mean, what Seattle did tonight was in many ways a throwback Super Bowl to like some of those great Super Bowls. I mean, Seattle, I thought, dominated. I mean, final score might have been closer than what it should have been, but Seattle just dominated, really flustered New England. Came with enough pressure, but that Seattle defensive line and that secondary just gave New England nothing all night long.
Yeah, I agree with Dylan on that one, Rev. I think what we saw was one of the most dominant overall defensive performances we've seen in a Super Bowl in quite some time. Dylan pretty much hit all the key points that I was going to make. They continued to blitz, and put the pressure on Drake May because much like Sam Darnold, the Patriots had an inexperienced quarterback in this situation as well. And Mike McDonald and his staff, credit to them, they came out with the game plan that they did not deviate from. They continued to put pressure on May. They continued to switch up defensive packages, and it obviously flustered May. They got to him a little bit. And even though the Patriots made it interesting there in the last 5 or 6 minutes with a couple of touchdowns, by and large, this was still a great all-around defensive performance. I told Dylan before the show backstage, I thought overall it was kind of a boring game, to be honest with you. But I'm happy for Sam Darnold, the San Clemente kid. Congratulations on him winning the Super Bowl. I feel good for him, overcoming all this adversity. to finally getting to the top of the NFL mountain. So congratulations to him. And as far as the Patriots are concerned, look, we don't know if they're going to be back on this stage again. We assume they will because they have a young nucleus returning. We assume that this is only just the beginning of Drake May's ascension into the ranks of the NFL's elite quarterbacks. But hey, Dan Marino never made it back to the Super Bowl after his rookie year. So you just never know. But congratulations to the Seahawks and their fans. They deserved it. They came out, they played the better game, they won, and they deserve to win.
Two guys I was really rooting for tonight. Obviously, Mike McDonald, him being a former Ravens coach, defensive coordinator as well. I can almost see the feed to now. We should have kept Mike McDonald instead of firing John Harbaugh this year. So that's for sure. Really rooting for Mike McDonald. Really rooting for Sam Darnold. The Darnold jokes are over now, right? He's won a Super Bowl. No more seeing ghosts. No more what he can't do in the playoffs. No more what we don't believe in. He just took apart Mike Vrabel in the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. So the Darnold jokes are that's it. No more.
Hey, Charles, I do have a joke for you. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, with a Sam Donor here and a Sam Donor here, and second Drake May all night.
Oh, I could just see it on the Ravery Sports Twitter page. We should have kept Mike McDonald. Somebody's gonna for sure say it tomorrow. What happened in the game tonight? Quote Chris Berman. That's exactly how Berman would say it. Set the tone. Both units flew around the field, pressured the quarterbacks, forced tough throws, Seattle's takeaways, and New England's physical tackling. These defenses are top shelf, both sides. That's why the game sucked at a lot of people, because both defenses really played well. Drake May, MVP level season, really struggled as well. Mike McDonald, considered one of the best defensive teams. I think a lot of these names are known. Like I thought Christian Gonzalez, even though they lost, was really good on JSS tonight. That was about as good as I've ever seen him play as well. But defense on both sides is why both teams were here in this one.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing I like most about this Super Bowl, guys, was that we didn't have it ruined with a controversial call that either wasn't made or a controversial call that was made that shifted momentum when others felt it shouldn't have. I thought for the most part, the referees did a fantastic job officiating this game, especially in the first half when there were hardly any penalties at all that were called in the first half. So we always are very quick to lambaste the refs when they do something wrong or when they throw a flag on a play they shouldn't have. But kudos tonight to the officiating crew. They did a great job. They didn't let the moment get too big for them. And they did a fantastic job making the right calls, especially that one call on Cooper Kupp back in the first half when he was juggling that ball down towards the ground. Everybody I was watching the game was said, oh, that should be a complete pass. That should be a complete pass. And I was saying, no, it's incomplete. The refs looked at it. They took their time, and they said, yes, it's an incomplete pass, which it was. So kudos to them. They turned it into a great officiating game.
The best officials in the Super Bowl, yes, right? They kind of go through the same thing. You did well in this game. You did well in this game. And clearly, and a lot of times, I think you're right. You see bad officiating in this game. There was none of that tonight. I thought the refs basically let the guys play on the field. Totally agree with that as well.
I give him an A+.
I don't know if the stats are exactly right. I'm sorry, go ahead. I was just saying exactly right because I wrote it before the end. Darnold 19 of 38, 1 TD. Seattle leaned on Kenneth Walker 135. And again, I was like right before maybe the finish here because I was getting ready for the stream. But Walker was the eye opener tonight, right? I mean, he was the guy who was really bouncing those outside runs, doing a good job as well. They didn't get much inside because they got that force inside, but they really were outside getting those runs. Look who it is. Our fearless leader at Driving to the Top, Adam, with that other jersey on.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Adam?
How we all doing?
Oh, we're just sharing our fond memories and recollections of the Super Bowl here. So
I really wanted the Patriots to win.
I'm sure you did. Everybody east of the Mississippi wanted the Patriots to win, I think.
I wanted it for different reasons.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I really wanted the Steelers to open up against them so they could rub it in our face.
Oh, got it.
That was just my opinion. But anyway,
Adam, what you think tonight, man? What was your overall impression of this? We were just talking about obviously defensive all the way in this one.
Well, when they scored the touchdown to Mac Hollins, I thought we were going to get a little bit of a game out of that. Then all of a sudden they got the fumble, they got the turnover. All of a sudden some touchdowns happened, and it was a minor blowout. It happened pretty quick. I guess good for Sam Darnold. He finally got a ring. It's been through hell. Yeah, I don't really. How do you feel knowing Mike McDonald just won a Super Bowl?
I was rooting all the way for Mike McDonald tonight. I was. Mike McDonald was, as a former Ravens assistant, I think a lot of us Ravens fans were talking about that all day, how we wanted it for Mike McDonald. And I'm sure tomorrow they're going to say how much we should have kept Mike McDonald and got rid of Harbaugh a few years ago. Doesn't bother me that he won. I am not ready for another Patriots dynasty. I'm serious. I need a few more years for that. Let my daughter's age somebody like it. Wait till like my daughter's 30 or something like before we get that.
I was texting my buddy all night, and I'm like, Kenneth Walker deserves MVP. He almost has 200 all-purpose yards at the end of this thing. And I guess Mr. Yinzer over there just said that Walker did get the MVP.
I don't see any. I don't see anything on Twitter, and I'm not watching NBC now.
I think the only thing with Walker has been the fact he's been injured so much. I think that's it. Like he's certainly capable of what we saw tonight, as well, as far as all of his career goes. Patriots made the game boring. Walker, named MVP. The Score just reported it. I don't know who else it would have been besides Kenneth Walker tonight.
It should have been Witherspoon, if you ask me, but that's here and there. Maybe the Seattle defense.
Yeah, I could have given it to the whole defense.
I don't think they're going to give it to a whole defense, even if they should.
I mean, they held them to 5. They had 5 sacks. Starting that fourth quarter, they had more punts than first downs given up. Yep. And that was a big turning point in this game because New England could not figure it out for nothing.
Nope.
And then they kind of went to that little prevent defense there at the end, and that's whenever Drake kind of ended up getting those 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Adam, I was just telling Rav and Dylan that I give the officiating crew tonight an A++ for the job they did on the field. I know in the last, few years or so, whether it's the Super Bowl or championship games or whatever, we've been accustomed to watching that one critical play that's not made by the refs that shifts momentum of the game, or that one critical play that they don't call that changes momentum of the game. And that didn't happen tonight. The refs did a fantastic job calling this game. They made all the right calls when they should have. So kudos. We're always so quick to bash the refs for the calls they don't make. But tonight, we need to give credit to them for calling a clean game, making it a clean Super Bowl that wasn't decided by the refs, and one where the refs didn't make it about themselves.
Seattle's defense tonight. We've been talking about defense. Sealed it with 6 sacks, 2 picks. Also, Dick Drake 240 yards and 2 TDs as well. Both defenses were good. Seattle's defense got the turnovers, the key turnover to go ahead to flip the field position, the interceptions and things like that. So as good as New England was, I think on defense, they didn't make the plays that Seattle did. That was the difference in the game as well. I kind of before the stream pregame when I did that, I said that the special teams is going to matter. Also, to rookie kicker for New England, 5 field goals for Myers.
Jason Myers.
It looked, it really looked like they were more. I thought they were more polished on special teams tonight, but the Seahawks defense really did something.
It's official now. Kenneth Walker, Super Bowl MVP. I think the first running back to win Super Bowl MVP, and let me see, since what? Emmitt Smith? Super Bowl 28? Excuse me, Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis, Super Bowl 32.
I was going to say Larry Brown got the Super Bowl MVP in that game. Because he had Neil
28 the year Emmitt Smith won in Atlanta.
Because Neil O'Donnell just threw it, right to him both times.
Those were 2 of the worst interceptions I ever saw in any football game. Those Neil
O'Donnell should have been the MVP of that game.
I remember. Here's how I remember.
Jackson had 2 pick sixes too, right? And he got MVP in that Tampa.
Dexter Jackson, yeah.
Here's how I remember that, because that game was the last game before the Ravens started. So the Ravens started in '96. I went to the first game in Baltimore. Larry Brown had signed with the Raiders, and I think I was just heckling him the whole game. Like I was saying that the whole game in the Memorial Stadium. Those were the 2 easiest interceptions I ever saw, man. The Raiders wasted their money. I was just going at it. Like, that's how I remember how those bad Neil Styles obsessions.
You know what I think we should talk about? Sam Darnold, because a guy, first quarterback from the 2018 draft class to win a Super Bowl. Secondly, he's been on 5 teams. And let's see, the Browns haven't been to a Super Bowl. The Panthers haven't won a Super Bowl. The Jets haven't won a Super Bowl in 57 years. I don't think any of us would have been alive when the Jets won Super Bowl 3. Oh. And the 49ers, well, wait, they haven't won a Super Bowl in 31 years. Oh, yeah, and don't forget Minnesota. Oh, wait, the Vikings still haven't won a Super Bowl. And now
the Vikings feel right now.
Yes.
I think that's a fascinating one. I think that's the most fascinating one, the last one you said. After what J.J. McCarthy looked like this season, and to watch what Sam Darnold has done, that's got to be like bigger than the Mike McDonald thing. I mean, you got to feel crazy. This guy, I mean, was just money all year long for him. So I think that's just crazy.
Yeah, for me, Sam Darnold also, I believe, becomes the first USC quarterback in USC history to win a Super Bowl. So congratulations to him for that dubious honor as well. Looking at Darnold's stat line, guys, tonight he went 19 of 38, 202 yards. He averaged only 5.3 yards per throw, which is not that much, and he had a touchdown. The stat line isn't sexy, but ultimately, he stood in there in the pocket and made the plays when they had to be made. And even though he had his fair share of pressure from the New England defense, he still withstood he weathered the storm and did a good job, I felt. Again, the stat line isn't indicative of the job that he did, but sometimes being a Super Bowl winning quarterback doesn't mean you throw for 400 yards. It's how well you deal with defense. It's how well you adjust in game. And I thought he did that. And again, he had to make the throws when he had to make the throws, and he did it. So congratulations to Sam. He definitely deserves this. Hopefully, guys, the monkey gets
Isn't that his home? Isn't that his home too?
Well, he's from San Clemente. USC is actually located near Long Beach. San Clemente is a couple hours further south as you're heading down towards San Diego.
All right, home state, I guess.
Yeah, home state, yeah, California. So, but yeah, so I feel great for Sam because He's got the shit end of the stick on a couple of occasions here. So good for him. I'm happy for him.
All right, real quick. Mike McDonald, under Mike McDonald's guidance, they've captured the Lombardi Trophy, dominant season, coaching decisions, making an NFL elite young coaches. Top 10 coach, guys. McDonald now is that cemented?
It's close, Rav. The reason I'm still hesitant is because one Super Bowl is great, okay? And then, one Super Bowl as a coach, player, whatever, is great. But if you really want to be considered truly one of the greats, especially in this day and age where the results-driven industry is all about championships, I think you need to win more than one. I mean, Mike Tomlin was never considered great, even though he won one with the Steelers. Okay,
I was just about to get there, Jed. I'm glad you spoke in before I had to go.
So look, he's good. He's good.
I was like, don't judge the horse yet, boys.
Exactly.
Tomlin won one after his second year too.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this, Rav. With John Schneider, with former Green Bay Packer executive John Schneider running the helm of that ship, Seattle is in very good shape to continue to run this back. And if McDonald can take his team back, and if he can win 2 of the next 3 Super Bowls, even 2 of the next 4 Super Bowls, then we can officially put him in one of the greatest coaches comparison. But right now, let's feel good for him. But let's kind of pump the brakes and see what he does in the next 2 or 3 seasons, especially with salary cap being what it is. The salary cap is going to rise next year, by the way. So let's see what he can do, him and Schneider can do, see if they can build a dynasty even better than what Schneider and Pete Carroll did.
By the way, Seattle's second youngest team in the NFL.
Yes, they are. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Seattle's ready to put him on Mount Hood out there already.
By the way,
and
could you say in many ways tonight was a throwback performance? Because Sam Darnold didn't throw for a ton of yards, but it seemed like he managed the game. I mean, early, Sam took some shots, and there were some plays where Sam threw it away or took the check down. Some plays like, all right, we'll just run the ball, punt the ball because our defense playing great, and you're not going to score on us.
When your running back runs for the most yards in Super Bowl history in the first half, you don't have to do too much.
Yeah, I mean, if you run the ball, stop the other team from scoring, don't turn it over, guess what? You win the game.
Those are all of Mike McDonald's team's identities. When he was at Michigan with Jim Harbaugh, that's what they did. When he was in Baltimore, that's what they did. So him as head coach,
you guys feel good for Jay Harbaugh too, right?
Jay is dead.
He gets a Super Bowl trophy before.
Yep.
That end is on.
One year when we won it the last time, he had both sons on, so he would have got one either way in that situation. But I think I'm putting him in the top 10 right now.
I'm putting Mike McDonald in the top 5 right now.
Especially with all the coaches that are gone now, that have left. So
all time or just this year?
Right now.
Well, this year. I'm not talking about ever. I'm talking about top 10 coach in the league right now.
Well,
top
he's the number 1 coach of the year right now because he won the Super Bowl of the year. You can't. I mean, really, you're gonna who you putting above him or below him?
My top 5 coaches, if I were doing a list right now, I'm
just asking because I mean you're putting Mike McDonald in your top 10.
Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Mike McDonald, and probably Vrabel. This is not how I would have voted Coach of the Year, but
we're just doing this year.
For not Coach of the Year, but who I would take coaching my team right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you were going. I thought you meant like all time. I was
the question is not.
No.
I'm talking about like best coaches in the league.
I was like, there's no way Mike McDonald's on your all-time list already. Maybe.
Okay, I misunderstood you. Then I'm sorry.
Yes. All right.
Yeah,
so
Jay, you thought they were going all time, didn't you?
I did. I misunderstood.
That's what I thought. And then I was like following your lead, and I'm like, there's no way. Maybe this year he's the number 1 coach of the year right now because he just won the Super Bowl. I mean, that's hard to dispute right now.
All right. So all time, let's talk about that. The Hall of Fame. As goofy as a Hall of Fame season as I've ever seen, considering what happens, you got no Belichick in. I know you guys feel differently about that. Don't all feel the same. Robert Kraft kind of got shafted as well. No Kraft in there as well. Eli Manning didn't
They're
make it
waiting to
either.
let
My
him go
guy
in with Gronk
Sizzle
and Brady.
and Yanda.
They're waiting to let him go in with Gronk and Brady. There will be 4 New England Patriots in 28.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. So let's talk about who did get in. We got Drew Brees got in, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam
Did
Vinatieri, and
Roger
Roger
Craig
Craig.
get in because of the game was in San Francisco tonight and they knew he'd get a celebration? I feel Roger Craig should have been in a long time ago, but that's just me.
Yeah. But and you said that. So no argument with the 5 guys who got in. No. I don't see how anybody can ever say
Jay's
Drew Brees,
wife might have an argument because I know she wanted Witten. and you know, Jay, I kind of hoped that Witten would get in because that way, you know, you could come hang out with me and Marcus.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I don't care if Witten didn't get in. I'm still considering flying out there to Canton and hooking up with you guys.
Rav, you gonna drive over?
But to Canton, Ohio?
Yeah.
I haven't been since Ray Lewis got in. I haven't been for a while. It's been
I
a
know
6-hour drive.
Marcus.
Actually,
I know Marcus is excited as all can be.
Yeah,
you know, obviously
might
Drew Brees is getting in.
But
yeah,
we agree. No argument about who got in, right? Considering all the drama and stuff like that. Craig might be the greatest receiving back in the history of the NFL. I mean, for those of you that never saw him, maybe Marshall Faulk better than him. That's it.
I saw Roger Craig play at the height of his career, and during the peak of his career, he was the greatest all-purpose running back in the National Football League at that time. Yeah, there was no other running back that was equally adept at catching the football out of the backfield, serving as a downfield blocker, and running with the ball as Roger Craig. And look, those Niner teams in the 80s and 90s had so many great, diverse players that made them such a great team. Roger Craig is one of those guys that sticks out. You can also name guys like Brent Jones at tight end, John Taylor at wide receiver, so many guys. But Roger Craig, I agree with Adam. Roger Craig should have been in that Hall of Fame a long time ago. So I'm really happy that he got in. I'm not critical of Luke Kuechly getting in. I'm kind of surprised that he got in on the first ballot. The reason I say that is because Kuechly, towards the middle or end of his career, dealt with a lot of injuries. And I felt that was going to kind of hamper him getting in on the first ballot. But look, when Kuechly played, I mean, the guy was a stud as a linebacker. He was a stud. So he definitely deserves to be in there. Larry Fitzgerald, enough said. Best wide receiver at that position. Well, you can't really say the best because he played with Randy Moss at the same time that Randy Moss played. So there can be some arguments there about whether Moss was better than him. But look, Fitzgerald definitely deserves to be in there. And obviously Drew Brees, no explanation needed there. So, no problems with who got elected. Right choices were made.
Yeah,
but it's fascinating considering you got all that. We said all that, but all these guys, you had a lot of controversy. I'm still amazed Belichick didn't get in, despite all that. The Belichick thing, a guy who's won as much as he had, and I could almost hear Adam talking, and Big Rich talking. Well, he cheated, blah blah blah. I hear all that.
That was all Rich. That was all Rich. I didn't say anything about. I didn't say anything about the cheating. There was a lot of controversy, though, that came up. They never really tried to prove anything, but there was a lot of controversy. Go ahead, Rob. We were having an open discussion there, buddy.
I think it's just wild that's it's like you cheat on your girlfriend, right? And then she breaks up with you, and then she's mad 3 years later. Like, what are we doing? Like, why are you up? So now's the time you're gonna be mad when you should have been. When I've already broken up, when you've already done that. Like,
years.
Now you're punishing me for something I did a long time ago. Now you're blowing my phone up when it was a long time ago. What
You know,
what is this? Why are you doing
I
this?
must be one of the few people, Rev, in America that is not perturbed about either Belichick or Kraft getting in, because I'm like, it's a Hall of Fame. It's not going anywhere. And even though these guys can stay on the ballot for an X amount of years before they drop off, they are going to get in eventually. Look, Bill Walsh didn't make it in on the first ballot.
28.
Don Shula didn't make it in, on the first ballot. Even Chuck Noll didn't make it in on the first ballot. Well, maybe he did. I don't remember. But the point being is that just because Belichick and Kraft, regardless of what their legacy is, didn't make it in on the first ballot, doesn't mean we need to shut the entire Western world down and sit in a corner and weep and cry about it. Okay? So they didn't get in this time. Big deal. Wait and they'll get in on the next go around. I mean, what's the big stink, really? If Belichick and Kraft had only won one Super Bowl as a coach and an owner, and they got in, we would be saying more about that than we would about them not getting in after winning all the Super Bowl titles they won as coach and GM. So what's the big deal? They didn't get in. Boo-hoo-hoo, everybody. Move on, drop it, talk about something else.
Belichick does have 8 Super Bowls, so I mean,
He
regardless
okay,
of,
that's
I'm
great.
just saying, regardless of everything else, he does have 8 Super Bowls.
Okay, that's great. And he didn't get voted in.
And if we're looking at like Rav's explanation, so what if he cheated and used steroids, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Who cares, right?
And
By the way,
Okay.
back in the day,
As long as he puts
Okay.
some money on the game, who cares, right? Cheated on it.
Okay. So then say that. If you don't think he belongs because of whatever reason, then come out and stand on business. Stand on saying, okay, I didn't vote for him because this guy's a cheater, this guy's or whatever. Everybody's like, well, I can't remember. I voted for him. I don't know. Tony Dungy said, well, I couldn't remember. Like, like, I won't touch. Just stop. Just stop.
Yeah,
Dungy's
full of it.
Either you don't think he is, or that's it then, because there's no borderline to it. Like, there's a guy. That's a fine argument. If you got a borderline guy, maybe he doesn't get it. Well, now he's a bit of a jerk. Blah, blah, blah. But there's no question here. There's no question. So if you didn't vote for him, then it's something else. So you need to say whatever else it is.
Hey,
That's
guys,
I hate what my point is.
I hate to cut this short for me, guys, but I have to go pick up my daughter and her friend from a Super Bowl party. So I'm sorry to cut out and duck out and cut out early, but it's been fun. I'll pick up with you guys some other time, okay?
Peace out.
Coming on Tuesday, Gay, or are you done?
I'm probably done for the week. I'll let you know when I can jump on open mic next, but definitely not this coming Tuesday because I will be covering high school basketball Tuesday night.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
And what is the name?
Take care.
What is the name of your paper to let them know?
Oh, yes. The Mid-Valley Times, located in Reedley, California. I cover high school sports for all the Mid-Valley towns in the central San Joaquin Valley of California. Subscribe, read, and then also follow me at Dodger Jason on X. And with that being said, you guys, peace out. God bless. I respect you all. Until next time.
All right, Jay, take it easy, buddy.
I've got a question, guys. I know Drake May was sacked 15 times going into the Super Bowl. Well, the Patriots maybe a little overrated, overvalued because of New England's soft schedule. Because Drake May did not look right in the playoffs, and tonight it seemed like, especially early, it looked like Drake May was seeing ghosts.
He seemed
Oh, we still want to see ghosts. I don't think the Patriots were overvalued. I thought, but that was a weakness. Their O-line wasn't very good. I thought Campbell. I thought the Seahawks on the left side were good, but I don't think either line, considering how deep the Seahawks defensive line. I mean, they have really 6 really good defensive linemen on their team, and that Drake May looks human being. I mean, that's what he looked like as well. I'm just the wrong guy to ask for as far as schedule. Schedule doesn't do anything for me. I got so sick of hearing that. I don't think a soft schedule. I think good teams win.
They took advantage of what they had to do, right, Rav?
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't. Yeah, I don't think any less of a team. All NFL teams are good. It's not like in college, though. That's more of an argument if you don't play this team and this team, I guess. But in the NFL, I mean, they won in Buffalo. They won 3 playoff games. They won. I mean, I don't think they got exposed. I just think the Seahawks have a great defense, and they just caught a weakness of the offensive line.
It's weird, but because maybe Matt Stafford threw for 800 yards without a pick in 2 games at Seattle, and Drake made the night look like a 21-year-old kid against men. And yet Drake May was this close to winning the MVP.
Well,
You
Stafford
turn
should
the
have
ball
won.
over, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
And
But I think more to your point. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're talking.
I mean, remember the Patriots turned the ball over 5 times against the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
And almost won that game. I mean, and then that pass that he threw, I don't even know where he was throwing it to. Center field, that was a bad throw. And then, nothing you can really do on the fumbles. I mean, he got strip sacked. But they were only rushing 4. That is the more concerning part, that the Seahawks were only rushing 4 all game almost.
It looked like Philly last year with how often Vic Fangio's defense was coming after Mahomes.
Well, the Stafford point you were making, Stafford's and the Seahawks, they're in the same division. So he was more familiar with them. So I think that always matters. Like when the Ravens Steelers play, no matter what, they're familiar with each other, even the Browns or the Bengals. So that's kind of part of that as well. And it showed. He hadn't seen a defense like this before. Neither Vrabel hadn't seen it a whole lot. As good as Coach Vrabel is, he hadn't seen a defense a whole lot like this. And their offensive line, again, I thought was the Achilles heel of their team. I think everything else is there. They really need in the draft. That's their number one need. They were just good defensive lines has just been pushing them in. That's the only games they lost all year. Buffalo or whatever like that, when teams really could push them around up front. Receiver wouldn't hurt him either. I think Diggs is getting older, etc. I think that's the thing. I'm not sure they're a complete team yet. There's a chance that they're not a complete team yet.
I still think New England's rebuilding. The offensive line wasn't great at all in the playoffs.
It wasn't great all season. What? Yeah. I'm sorry, my wife was talking.
Holy crap.
One more thing, and I definitely wanted to go over this tonight, and especially with Adam here as well. Aaron, what's going to happen, man?
Windburn.
Is he gonna? It looks like he's gonna stay.
Wait, what are we talking? I'm sorry, I keep looking at this damn Windburn. I first time I've seen it. So
no, I was. You just ruined my segue there because I was switching to Aaron and McCarthy having their meeting. Word is he's going to stay in Pittsburgh as the starter for next season. What do you think about that?
I'd say go with Will Howard. I don't know. After watching him this year, the arm. We need an arm. These young kids, you need an arm. You can't be letting this 42-year-old out there. Oh, he can play manage a game, but I don't know. It just I just feel like he's lost a step. I mean, he's still better than some out there, but he's not better than the top tiers. He's not in that category.
Is Will Howard any good?
I don't know. I mean, he won a national championship, and that's the last we really saw of him.
I mean, he was good in college. I mean, he really was. He wasn't that good at Kansas State. So he goes to Ohio State, and obviously, yeah, he won a national championship. He was really good. Better than I expected he'd be. but he didn't play at all last year. I think
mean,
that's a
they
pretty
can-
big ask.
Ben Roethlisberger's compared him to himself.
Uh,
I'm just
I
saying,
don't-
you know, I'm just saying, Ben. I mean, Rab, we're gonna have our first year without either both new coaches at the helm, so it's gonna be like a renewal of the rivalry. For us.
I think like I'm still the McCarthy hire. I think that's just strange for Pittsburgh. I just don't know. It seems like they're just trying to. It's hard to get Aaron to come back. I don't know why. I don't know why you just don't want to start over like everybody's clamoring for in Pittsburgh. I don't understand it. I will say this: McCarthy's not as bad as coach as people think he is, though.
You know, McCarthy did come
terrible.
in and say, "I want to try and win a Super Bowl," and said I wasn't okay with 9-8. So that was like
That's
a
what he's
turning
got.
point. He said, "I want to win a Super Bowl right off the bat." So that got me a little bit excited. No, Yinzer. He's not coming back. He's not coming back. He has till what, the day before free agency to sign or not sign. I believe that's what I read earlier.
Who's he talking about?
Rodgers. I'm talking about Rodgers. That's what they gave him, that deadline.
I mean, they got to look at Kyler Murray or whoever else is out there, I think, or Tua Tagovailoa or something. I don't know.
Oh God, Tua in Pittsburgh would not walk.
Why would you bring in Kyler Murray?
Well, Kyler's probably going to be the best guy out there. I would think
Howard.
either him or Malik Willis. I mean, if you're not signing Aaron. So
No, that's not my destiny. Is not Aaron.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are incredibly average right now.
I mean, that's what's there. I'm just saying what's there. You can steal away Daniel Jones. Kyler Murray's probably available in trade. Tua's probably available in trade. You could try Malik Willis. I think he's going to sign with Miami because a lot of the staff in Green Bay is in Miami.
He's a concussion away from dying.
I'm not saying you would. I'm just saying that's what's there.
I'm just saying, like, why would you want to take that risk?
I don't know, but that's just me. By the way, guys,
Go ahead.
I know we've talked so much about the game. What do you all think of the commercials? Because I thought 92% of them stunk.
I'm curious to see how Coke responds to the polar bear thing.
I need you guys' help with a serious football.
The polar bears were drinking Pepsi, in case you missed that.
I mean, the Budweiser commercial was nice.
With the Eagle, that commercial was out before that. I saw that commercial. I don't know. Maybe it would have been on YouTube. I don't know. But I remember seeing that commercial with the Eagle.
I asked my family because I don't watch any of the commercials. I didn't watch any of that crap or the halftime.
Do you need to switch headphones and let them come on for you, Rob, and talk about the commercial?
I like Backstreet and
She like Backstreet and the Nights.
Does she want to come on and talk about it, Rob? She's more than welcome.
I know they don't want to.
I didn't really pay attention to any of the commercials. That was the only one I saw was the polar bears drinking the Pepsi, and I was like, "What the hell?"
You know what I did do this week as well too, and I wrote about it in the blog, like the Bud Bowl. There's a channel like for the Bud Bowl, like for Bud Bowl 1. I didn't even know they had 8. I watched the Bud Bowl. I mean, that was cool stuff. Now that was a
Bud.
good
It was Bud versus Bud Light, right?
Bud versus Bud. Bud Bowl 3 was the best one because they had Bud Dry. They signed Bud Dry as the rookie quarterback. Then that's what we're talking. That's a Super Bowl commercial. But that's about all I got for you as far
I really didn't pay attention. Like I said, the only commercial I really caught was the polar bears drinking Pepsi because it just threw me off completely.
I was two-stepping to Bad Bunny. I wasn't with you, bro. I don't know him.
Oh God!
The only reason I even ever heard of him is he was in WWE wrestling Damian Priest. That's the only reason I even knew who he was. Like,
I mean, I was wondering, like, what was Bad Bunny wearing? Because I never saw a second of his halftime show.
That's not Bad Bunny.
I never watched it. I haven't watched it. The last time I watched, I was hyped up about halftime was in Living Color years ago when they had the halftime show and they was going to make people watch. That was a long time ago. And then after that, they had Michael Jackson. That's it. I don't think I've watched. I was excited about a halftime since. I did watch 50
I thought
and
the
Mary
Justin
J. And then
Timberlake.
that was it.
Justin Timberlake had a good halftime show.
Justin
Yeah, and he
Timberlake.
striptease half of the
Not the
show.
tit one. I'm talking about the second one where he did the thing for Prince and the he redid a couple Prince songs on there, and then he went out in the crowd and took photos with them. I'm talking about for entertainment value. That was all I remember.
I like the
But I
tit
thought
one
that
better. I like that. I like that one. That's just me. But again, I don't. I really like somebody in the chat. Tell me, why do you guys care about who's at halftime? There was a lot of people like protesting and all upset. Who cares? Just
Look,
go
they
watch
could have
it.
had Green Day and
Why do you
Metallica,
care?
both Bay born. They could have let them two rock it out. They're both from the Bay. They could have just stuck with hometown stuff.
They had Green Day before the game, I think. I did see
Right,
that.
but they should have had them two for the main act.
They were, and I always enjoy Lift Every Voice when sing. I just love the song. I always like it when the song. So I've always enjoyed that. That's about, but again, I don't know why people get upset. Who's there? Who cares? Don't watch. Go get a drink. Go get a beer. Why are you watching it? Why are you upset? Whoever's there. That's just me. I'm just simple, I guess.
It was on my TV, so I just watched. I don't even know what I was doing, but I know it was on TV, and I saw him walking through cornfields and shit. And I'm like, "What the hell is this?"
I'll tell you where I was for the halftime show. Right in this chair, in my office.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
I mean, you could probably see from the shirt what I was doing.
I have no idea. Oh, I did get a jailbreak shirt finally.
Oh, you were watching the other halftime show there.
Yes. Yes, this is actually a Jack. Let me see if I can. This is a Jaguar Freedom shirt.
I didn't even. I was playing with my dog, so.
I mean, that's cool too. I mean, if you want to watch the I think Turning Point or whatever. I mean, that's whatever. I mean, I just don't understand why people care. I think that in general. I'm just weird that way in general. Why do we care about the dumbest stuff sometimes? People get mad about the wrong things. Who cares? I mean, people got mad. People, I know like a lot of African Americans got mad that people were singing at Trump's inauguration and all that stuff. Who cares if they're singing at inauguration? Who cares? I mean, it's not important.
I mean,
we got people starving and all that in this country. Why are we caring about the wrong, like, dumb stuff?
I mean, if Trump wants to pick somebody, we should not make it political. Like if George W. Bush wanted to have Celine Dion sing at his inauguration, that's fine. I mean, people like Celine Dion or Hillary Duff or George Strait or ZZ Top or trying to think of a jazz singer, Stevie Wonder. Thank you.
Chris Rock said it too. Like when there was a protest of the Oscars one year, and everybody was saying he should quit. It's like, let somebody else quit. I'm gonna get my money. You know what I'm saying? Why you're gonna?
I think Toby Keith. I think Toby Keith was the big one. Right, Toby Keith was the big one during Trump's first inauguration, right?
I think Toby and Rascal Flatts, and in 25 it was Jason Aldean and Rascal Flatts. I think one or two others maybe. Let me see.
And Lee Green one.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Trump's.
And he's only got that one song.
Kid Rock.
Lee Greenwood, Aretha was down. By the way, the lead singer of Aretha was down just passed away.
Yes, Brad Arnold. Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah,
I did get to see him. I did get to see him last time they were here, right before he got diagnosed with cancer.
I saw Three Doors Down a few years ago with Russian Wilson, ZZ Top.
I saw him with
So-
Creed.
This is the most time on a Ravery Sports we've ever talked about a halftime show or commercial.
We've
That's
talked
part
for a
of
whole
the
half.
thing.
So-
One other thing: how many people do you think watched tonight? Record numbers tonight or record low? I don't think they did as well this
I don't
year.
think
as
we're
they
really going to
usually
know,
do.
Rab, because I think a lot of people might have just left their TV on and got up and did something else or really watched it. But a lot of people probably didn't change the channel.
You didn't
I
have
think-
a Josh Allen tonight. You didn't have Pat Mahomes tonight. You didn't have. You had two good teams, obviously, but
But it was boring.
I don't.
It was
I
boring.
think
It
Yeah,
wasn't a
and-
touchdown for 40-something for nearly 50 minutes.
you didn't have the Steelers in. You didn't have on top of the game. The game was a slow game, and you didn't have great teams as they usually do. So I think that's going to be a thing they're going to talk about too.
You
How well the
had,
numbers did. No, go ahead.
Rab, you had a football game tonight that was really made for just football fans. People that paid attention to Sam Darnold. People that paid attention to, like, wow, Drake May's in the running for MVP and he's in the Super Bowl now.
I've got one for you. What two teams would bring in the highest rated Super Bowl that the NFL could have?
It's got to be that Tampa and Kansas City.
No. Two teams, regardless of quarterbacks, that could bring in the most viewers for a Super Bowl.
I think it's the Cowboys and the Steelers. I don't think,
Yeah,
if, regardless of any situation, the Cowboys have kind of diminished a bit as far as America's team. There's still more Cowboy
Believe me,
fans than
but
there
if
were.
they made the Super Bowl, they'd be the high. All their fans would come back
Yeah.
real quick.
You would steal it. In the AFC, it's not close. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's no such thing as going to anywhere and you don't have Steelers fans. I've almost the only place I've seen really where there aren't Steeler fans anywhere is nowhere. I've never seen it.
I can
Even in
attest,
Kansas
there
City,
was-
Denver, places where you see it, there's always Steelers
Like, we're gonna
fans.
take over Jacksonville next year, like we do every year.
Oh gosh, come on, Adam. I wish we were
What?
playing you in Dublin.
Well, I even if you play us in debt, I guarantee there will be Steeler fans across the pond.
Well, Wembley.
I mean, depending on where we play. I mean, I don't know. Steeler fans.
They are going to
travel,
have a
man.
game in Ireland. They are going to have a game in Australia next year.
Oh
they've
God,
done
now
that.
we got it. Oh gosh.
I think it's the 49ers and
They
the
kind of
Seahawks.
gave it away tonight where they're going to play all next year. If you really watched,
They're going to have a game in Mexico as well.
yep. Where did they have NFL cams tonight? Mexico, London, Germany,
Brazil.
Australia.
Well,
and Brazil too,
WWE
yeah. Brazil
is
game, a Friday game.
doing the same thing. Like this country, and again, not to go political, I know and all that, but we're running out of money here. This is why you see all these sports leagues going to other countries to get that money in these different countries. You know, all of a sudden Saudi Arabia is they're great and it's this and there's money there. And that's what it is. They're just grabbing that money globally. There's a lot of Americans
Unless
living
they
in
have
other
an
countries.
indoor stadium
all that.
lab over in Saudi Arabia for us, I can't see us playing in Saudi Arabia.
They're outside. Well, when WWE goes and they just had the Rumble there, they've now gotten to the point where they're late in the evening. So it's like 10 o'clock. So it's a little bit cooler.
They got to build their
after
own,
dark.
or they got to build their own stuff over there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
I'm
guys.
sure they would.
By the way, guys.
Yes,
You know what
did get
season it
hired
is
by the
now?
Raiders already.
You know what season it is now? Baseball season. Pitchers and catchers report next week.
Absolutely. And definitely on this week on Ravery Sports Podcast, check out the Orioles State of the Franchise which we start every season with going
I
over.
knew that was coming.
Shameless plug. Clint Kubiak's taking the Raiders job. Yes. So the only reason why that wasn't announced yet already there is because the Seahawks won the Super Bowl and you can't announce it until they're actually done. But that was decided last week. So
That
tomorrow
was
or
decided earlier
Tuesday.
this week, wasn't it, Rav?
Yeah, but they can't announce it while the Seahawks are in. So the Seahawks, now that the season's over, they can go ahead and announce that Clint Kubiak has been formally as the Raiders coach.
Because Arizona just went ahead and hired McCleary, right? Or
Mike LaFleur, the
LaFleur,
brother
yeah.
of
because they said Kubiak was going to the Raiders. That was the report earlier this week.
Yeah, he's going to the Raiders. They just couldn't announce it yet because the Seahawks were he's still working for Seattle. So if he wanted to work in the Super Bowl, they had to wait another week for him to formally announce. And I'm assuming they're going to do that tomorrow or Tuesday and formally announce him as coach. He took that job because you're going to have Mendoza there.
Stuff.
Clint Kubiak will be the only young coach in that division with 3 GOATs.
I think I still would have taken that job over Arizona. Those are my choices. I mean, I don't see why. I mean, good luck in Arizona. So you talk about GOATs. You got McVay, McDonald, and Kyle Shanahan. Good luck with that. And no quarterback, maybe a quarterback that you have to move or that's legal.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's Arizona doing for a quarterback? But I mean, these are all questions for later dates now. I mean, obviously the draft's next, and that's what we look forward to next in the NFL season. Actually, the combine, right?
Yeah,
and our good friend Jeremy got credentials to go to the combine and the draft.
Oh, Jeremy is writing for 3 different outfits now. So
yeah,
South Florida
he
Tribune,
got credentials. So
Round Table.
He's coming to town. I'm gonna try and hook up with him.
Jeremy is really doing something, man. So good for him. We all know his challenges behind the scenes there that he had, and he's
I'm
driving.
Sure he won't do announce that news on the air, but I just kind of blurted it out. Oops. Well, so act dumb, all right. Act dumb if he says anything.
It's on his page there, South Florida.
By the way, what Olympic event would you want to? Would you want? What Olympic event would you love to compete in if you could?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm watching Lindsey Vonns with a torn ACL do 73 miles an hour down a hill still.
And then break her leg.
That's just crazy that she's doing that. You mean Winter Olympics or just Olympics in general?
Both.
I'd like to do the luge or the bobsled. I think that'd be fun.
I'll be okay on curling. Nothing bad's going to happen.
Yeah, I was going to say curling or ice hockey. That's the one. I always like to play with some of these great hockey players, to play with Alexander Ovechkin, or to play with a lot of those great players. I think that would be cool. But curling it just looks like a lot of fun as well.
Curling
and the event I actually would do in the Olympics would be track. I don't know if I'd run a whole marathon, but a 1500 or something like that, I definitely could do that.
I've run 5K. Not very fast.
Yeah, I could definitely do that. All right, gentlemen, is anything else, guys, you want to go over here as well with this?
No, it's 11:30
tonight with the Super Bowl.
Time to get up for work.
I don't sleep, brother. Some of y'all do.
You don't sleep, all right.
I
need at least 4 hours of sleep.
That's about mostly what I do. If I get about 6 hours, that's good. There are some days I will say where I'm just tired. Usually it's a Friday or Saturday or sometimes, especially if I get a day off during the week, which usually doesn't happen, I'll just lay back a little bit, get a little bit in, whatever. But that's it.
What time's that race today, Dylan? So I know one of my sons is going to end up going to bed.
You're kidding, right?
Yeah, school night, and Josh goes, "Oh, I'm staying up to watch the F1 race."
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god!
He's a big F1 guy, man.
Oh, I know. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But anyway,
All right.
you can get me at Sports Talking It on Twitter, guys. You can get me at Driving to the Top Productions. Rab, you took down the emblem. I was looking for
Did
the
I
emblem.
take down what?
The emblem.
There's 3
Driving
people
to the
here. I
Top
didn't take
emblem.
down anything. It's 3 people
Your
here.
studio. Are
That's
we in
why
your
you can't see
studio?
it.
Are we in your studio?
Yes, we're in the. Yes, it's 3
It's
people.
not in
That's
that
why
corner.
you can't
I
see
don't
it.
see it in that corner.
It's not in the corner.
Did Dylan take it down? Is that why he bailed?
Wow, you're right. It's not there. That's why it's there. No, I took him out so you can see the. I'm sorry about that. The emblem is not there.
Elvis is leaving the building now.
There we go. I just noticed it. I
I'm
was like,
sorry.
where
I
is
thought
it?
it was
I was like,
because it
Rab,
was 3
Rab
people.
always has the
It
cool
wasn't
one
there.
up with the logo and our logo. That's awesome.
Right.
Elvis is leaving the building. You can check me out at Dylan S Sports One, Big D Podcast, Funky Spectrum Sports. Thank you, and go 12s. Oh wait, it's nearly 12 o'clock.
It certainly is. All right. That's the score, 29-13 Seahawks over the past tonight. The Seahawks are your now Super Bowl champions as well. So congrats to Mike McDonald as the new head coach and the whole Seahawks organization, the whole city of Seattle. Adam, that's the one thing I don't miss living in Baltimore as much, except for that, like a night like tonight, to be in the town when you actually win the whole thing, man, is there's nothing like it. So I can only imagine that the alcohol is flowing in the rainy city of Seattle. Thank you guys. Go ahead.
I was going to ask how you guys feel about the former coach. I mean,
I'm very happy. I mean, I can't speak for all Ravens fans. I'm very happy for Mike McDonald, man. And I think it's not easy, man, to go ahead and work your whole life. These coaches work a lot of hours, bro. I mean, I pride myself on
former Raven coaches winning the Super Bowl, but all right, I guess I am. But anyway,
I'm also happy. I'm also happy for Sam Darnold. That's like he's had to deal with a lot of crap from a lot of areas, and so when you hold that trophy over your head, it's that's something. So that's a big deal. It changes
a lot of Guinness flowing in that boy tonight.
Oh yeah, he's probably it's easy to feel good for him, especially. All right, thank you guys, and thank you Adam, thank you Jason, thank you Dylan for joining us here tonight on our instant reaction to the Super Bowl as well. So definitely check us out this week. Ravens Draft Targets is on the stream. We're going to talk about NBA All-Star Game. We're going to talk about the top 10 best third basemen in the MLB this week, and also too, we are going to do, like I said, state of the franchise as well for the Orioles. As spring training is starting this week for everybody. So thank you guys for joining us here on our instant reaction. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks.